You should look into Slovenian girls, I'll be honest.
Slovenian girls?
Yeah, Slovenian.
It's kind of recording now. I don't know.
Is you already recording?
Yeah, I hit it on accident, but it's great.
Yeah, but your brother met a Slovenian stewardess, which you can't call them this anymore.
No.
They're like flight attendant.
Yeah, they're a flight attendant.
You're flight attendant. That's not stewardess. It's no one is a steward anymore.
No, there's no steward.
More like,
Yeah.
oh, wait a second. This is missing from the bar table.
Please rectify that.
Huh? Right. This is for Paul, basically.
Yeah. If I can get this thing, why wouldn't this go in?
Talking about savoring the moment.
Yes.
Talking about the sun and rain. And the smell of alcohol.
Yeah. I don't know if this is captured. Hold on, let's see. Here. Maybe we can. Okay, so you were saying.
You get it, right? Like this situation, the rain.
Yeah.
It seems like a misfortune.
It seems like a misfortune, right?
But then, next thing you know, you're trying to camp and you're all miserable about it.
I was different. I mean, I'm usually miserable about camping, so.
Okay, you're miserable about it. It's good. Thing is, I'm like, well, I'll put up with it, whatever else, we'll do it. The idea was you hope to find a camp and set up your tent
Before it rains.
before it rains.
Right.
And then you're like, I'll be okay.
Yeah. No, I'll be fine. I'll get there.
And next thing you know,
Yeah.
you stop at a place where you didn't intend to camp. You stop at a place,
Yep.
and then you decide to camp there.
Yep.
And not only, it's not just a camp, they tell you they have these lean-tos.
But why did we stop?
Good question. You didn't intend, I didn't intend,
We didn't intend,
we didn't intend.
but we stopped.
We stopped.
Why? Because it started to rain.
It started to rain. So we stopped.
Ultimately, that's what happened. It started to rain.
So here's the thing.
So
This is idyllic. This is, you hear the sound of rain,
yes.
and we're like sitting here, and it's like the best experience we've ever had on this whole camping trip. It's great.
The best money I ever spent.
My best money I ever spent. Reference to,
Lord of the Rings.
no, not Lord of the Rings. Midnight Run.
It should be a Lord of the Rings.
Midnight Run.
They
It
should
should be a
have
run.
got that in there somehow.
Yeah, it should get in. But it's Midnight Run, which is, the next best movie. But this is the idyllic situation, and we didn't find it.
No,
You didn't intend it. I didn't intend it because we didn't even know it exists.
We didn't know it existed.
We didn't even know that this could happen.
No, dude, like
It found us.
yes, this found us.
It found us.
No, this is a gift.
It's a gift.
Yeah,
But see,
It's a gift.
how do these things happen?
it is the mixture of I feel like your ideals of wanting to be in nature and my ideals of not wanting to be wet.
Yeah, but see that I don't want to be wet.
You know what?
either.
You share that, but you have even greater ideals beyond that. I just don't want to be wet.
Okay, good. Yeah, true.
I just am like, no, because we were driving here. I'm just like, maybe we could just stay in a hotel or something. I'll pay for it. But I'm like, no, but camping would be good. I'm like, it's good. I like it. You know. And then this is like perfect.
This is
This
perfect.
is perfect.
Oh, this is
Like-
great.
We're camping. We're just we're on a front porch.
We're on front porch.
This is better than any hotel.
No, dude. Bar
Like-
none.
Bar none.
No, this is.
Like, this is so good.
But the key, come back to it, is
Going back to it.
it found us.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There's a mystery. How does that happen?
Yeah. How has that happened? Like so many. Like, can we count the times on this trip? How many times that has happened? Like from the planning stage.
Probably like 1,000 times already.
Probably. You know?
Plus more.
Because the last campsite in Acadia, which was a group tent handicap
Yeah.
campsite.
Yeah.
2 guys on motorcycles. Clearly, they didn't care.
Yeah.
Clearly
Perfect.
not- Clearly not
The
handicapped.
last available site.
Yeah. Grateful for that.
Yeah.
The last
Available room.
available room in Lubeck, which turned out to be an apartment
Dude.
right on the sea.
Seriously.
No, that was like
No, wait. This was the last?
when she
The
told
be-
me,
which
she
was
was
the best?
like, "Oh, this is one of our best suites," and I was like, "Sweet."
How
No.
was this your last?
Yeah, I was expecting this like a king bed in a room where we're trying to
Like
figure
next
out
to the
like,
kitchen.
like who sleeps on the floor, you know, like
Basically,
you
right.
know, kind of situation,
Right.
right? You know, but we're like, oh, this is amazing. That was amazing.
How does that happen? How did it, the question is, how do these things happen?
No, and two, like on the way here, like when we were going, like we just navigated the rain, like it was just always out of our way, you know.
Never even like touched us.
And
Maybe
even-
like a little bit.
And even there was like one time we stopped, you know, like from Erie or whatever.
There's this one gas station.
Yes.
They had the canopy all the way to
all
the
way
store.
across. Well, there was that too. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
From the pumps all the way
No.
to the store. No other gas station has the
Has
canopy extended all
no,
the way.
we had that too, and we had the day before from Erie, where like we pulled off because we were like, shit, should we put our rain gear on? Like, yeah, I probably should.
Yeah.
And then it just like downpoured, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I remember I was looking at the radar and I was like, you know what? If we just kept going, like, we probably would have been okay, you know.
Yeah.
But maybe, who knows? But like, but whatever, we stopped. But there was still right there. There was like that gas station, and there was like this like steel awning thing with like picnic benches underneath it,
Dude.
where we could go, kind of put our rain gear on, and we jump back on the bikes. And we went,
Yeah.
and we got there. And then what do we get? The last lakefront campsite
The last one.
on Lake Erie.
Dude.
The roller coaster going in the background.
Yeah. It was just kind of different. That was different.
No, but that was so great.
Dude.
Yeah.
It was like right on the beach, you know?
No, that sunset, like just the whole campsite was just beautiful.
But that's what I mean, like the stuff that you don't plan, it finds you.
Yes.
It just happens
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah. It does. It does.
But it could just as easily not have happened. It
Yeah.
be a complete disaster. Why was it not?
Why
a
was it
complete
not?
disaster? That's my question.
Yeah.
There's something's going on.
Something's going on.
Something's
That's-
up, you know?
No, it's an interesting thing because, like, when I think about just like friends that are kind of like, you know, whatever, struggling with faith or this or that, whatever. Like, there's always the problem of evil comes up, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you go through some. We were talking about this, like some tragedy happens, somebody's, you know, like somebody dies too soon or something. You
Yeah.
know, and you're like, yeah, that's I can't imagine. You know, it's like that's very hard. But so okay, you can fall into that trap of like the problem of evil. Like, why is it evil? You know, and it's like, well, what about the problem of good?
Exactly.
Why is there good?
Why do good things happen?
Why do good things happen? And then beyond that,
That's
why,
the problem.
why is there something rather than nothing? You know, that's the real
Right.
question. Like that. I mean, like, why is there any of this rather than nothing?
Yeah. No.
And, you know,
See, look at this thing. I mean, this is like real good.
yeah,
This is a sound of the rain, and we're completely dry.
no, it's so comforting.
You know,
It's so
I
comforting.
mean, this is like being on the porch. I mean,
No.
this is a good.
This is a good.
This is like a problem of good.
Yes. Yeah.
Like this is a problem. How did this good happen without us looking for it or even hoping for it? I was not even hoping for it.
Right.
I didn't even think that a good like this
Right.
existed.
So why did it find us?
That's a good question. You know what I mean?
I think there's a disposition there that, and I think even so, there's a disposition, and the disposition between good finding you or bad finding you, the disposition of joy, I think, is the same. So it's like, okay, good good found me. Like they
Yeah.
found us. This place, whatever, this whole trip, this our lives,
Our lives.
Like for some
Good
reason,
found me.
like
Good,
good is,
good found me.
no, good these past couple of years, like these good has just found me, and I'm like so grateful for
The
that.
past 44
I'm
years.
unbelievable grateful for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Like
Past
since
44 years, yeah.
43 years, yeah.
For
No,
the
I'm
past
grateful for
44
all of it.
years, like, good found me.
But especially the past like two, like dude, like I don't know, like I really feel I'm in the best like shape of my life, like mental state of my life, like there's just like whatever. So yeah, that found me, like that found you, and that found us here.
But you could focus on, like, the bad found
But
me.
you can focus on the bad.
You know, the bad found me.
The bad found me.
I think that's how it works. I think the bad, you find yourself. You
Yeah.
want to, like, you choose the bad,
Right.
but the good chooses you.
Right.
See what I mean?
No, and I think yeah, and the good is like constantly trying to choose you.
So I think
It's
it's
right
like,
there. It's right. It's
you
right
can
there.
always choose the bad. You can always choose the bad.
Yeah.
But you can let
Yeah.
be found by the good.
Yeah.
You see, that's the difference.
But you know what it is? I think it's
That's
going,
like a real difference. So are you gonna let it? See, you try
Yeah.
to be in control. I'm gonna be fucking in control.
right.
I'm
Right.
it.
Going back to pride.
Yeah. I'm it. I'm the guy, or whatever. I'm gonna freaking do it. You know.
Yeah.
So you're gonna find the bad.
Right.
Go for it. But
Yeah.
you're like, well, I don't know. I'm just a dude, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And you're like, you're good, you know. Find me, you know. And he does.
It does. It does. Yeah.
You feel like a little like less, a little more receptive
Yeah.
to the good, you know. A little less intense about like, by golly, I'm gonna do it, you know.
By golly. Sounds like a Norm Macdonald joke. By golly,
By golly.
Farmer Johnson told me he was gonna do it.
Yeah.
But no, but I think that's right. No, it's pride.
I have a little more Canadian Club. It's another good that found me.
That is a good that was discovered and found up.
Yeah, I found
Yeah,
that.
I remember that night quite well.
Yeah.
No, bro, this is great news.
No,
So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's these little Yeti cups came in handy.
they're really good, yeah. No,
No, they work.
it's great. It's another great sound. The sound of rain. And
Yeah,
this
that sound with the rain.
dude,
That's something you can fall asleep to.
yeah. And both sounds like knowing you're completely dry.
I don't know.
Including your tent.
Yes.
Being completely dry.
No, I always enjoyed that. Like, I remember days at the airport, like getting ready
Dude.
to leave on a flight somewhere, and
Oh,
like you're sitting, at the airport bar or whatever,
oh,
and it's like snowing outside or it's raining and it's miserable.
oh.
You're kind of insulated from it. Like it's quiet.
Yeah.
You don't hear all the noise of like the tugs outside and
Yeah.
things that are loading the airplane and like the beeping and beep, 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 and stuff backing up. And
Yeah.
it's just all like hush. But you see it, and you observe all this stuff like moving around, and it's all like moving your shit to get on this plane so you can go somewhere,
Dude.
And it's that comfort, of like, wow, like these people are like sacrificing something so I can be comfortable to like get on this plane to like go somewhere,
Man.
And yeah, they're just down there working,
Right.
But there was always something to me. It's always kind of like, I don't know. It was always kind of a little bit. It's like cozy. It's kind of beautiful. I don't know if it's beautiful is the right word, but it's kind of like just cozy to be like, dry, watching the world kind of move outside,
No, it is. That's
Yeah.
why it's always fun to like. I never minded like a rainy day or like a good
Yeah.
storm
Right. Oh, love that.
from a house, like from
Right.
the side.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's something something cozy about it. Like, or like a snowstorm even better. Like
Yeah.
snowstorm is like
Oh, snowstorm
Awesome.
is great too. Yeah.
awesome, like
Yeah.
inside, like nice and warm, you know.
Yep.
Fireplace,
Yeah.
whatever. You got like a snowstorm going on. No, that's like I think when we say cozy, that's like a definition of cozy, isn't that?
I think so.
It's like there's like a something outside that is actually not comfortable.
Yes. Yes.
But
But
you're-
you're at a comfortable
So
spot.
you're comfortable.
You're comfortable in a place of discomfort.
Yeah, yeah, somehow.
That's cozy.
I think so.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
probably
yeah.
the definition of cozy.
Yeah, yeah. Which is interesting in a spiritual sense, because I think that is, in a way, the interior life. That, like, if you practice the interior life, like the interior castle, like building that up, you can, as a person, go into an uncomfortable place. Even
Yeah.
a violent. I mean, look at this, like the martyrs. Even a violent place
And be completely
where they
like,
can retreat into their self, into their own interior castle, if you will.
yeah,
And that was a cozy place.
yeah,
And they were comforted
yes,
in their death.
yes,
You know,
yes,
like
yes,
they were
yes,
being
yes, yes,
persecuted and sentenced to death by, whoever,
No,
but they found comfort. But it was because they did the preparation work beforehand of like being, kind of in tune with their own heart, their own mind, their own like interior life,
yeah, just
What's
living in reality, you know?
living in reality, yeah, where they were,
Yeah,
and just asking those questions, just kind of like, hey, like what's going on around me,
Yeah.
and remembering the experiences they had. I think too, like we all have these trips that we're having, like this is all stuff that's like put in the bank.
It is, dude. This is storing up. It's like, wait a second.
Yeah.
I know this happened. Like, the good found me
Exactly.
on that night.
Yeah.
What is up
What's
with
up?
this? Like, there's more going on.
Exactly.
So this, you say it stores in your bank. This is bank account, like it's like storing
I
up.
think so.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, this doesn't become an isolated event.
Yeah.
This is like building up.
And that's the thing. And so, like, whenever it might even be persecution. It might just be hardship, Like,
Mhm.
things happen, like we know, like, our parents are going to pass away soon, They're older, Like, and so, like, that's going to be a hardship, right?
Yeah.
And so there will be an inclination maybe to be angry at God,
Yeah.
But I think these types of things are going to be something that we can utilize. That, you know what? No, God gave us this. He found us. He came to us. We didn't even go. We weren't even looking for him.
Yeah.
But we were open to him. Like, our lives were like open to God. So even despite everything that was kind of fucked up, like we were open to him, and then he blesses us with stuff like this. You know what I mean? And so we can remember that when those hardships come. Like, honestly, I'm kind of banking on that because I know it's going to be tough,
No, see, but this is already, that's already wisdom to like, no, well, this is gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Not like pretending like, yeah, whatever, I know how to deal with this.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
no, fuck, I'm no fucking clue.
No.
No,
This is it's gonna hit me like a ton of bricks.
No, it's
I'm gonna be
it's
like
gonna be a-
out of control.
no, it's gonna be a ton of fucking bricks, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, what just happened?
No,
Thing is, you and I, we know our parents are gonna pass away.
yeah,
And I still, right now, as you say this, I'm like, I know I'm not ready for it.
oh, I'm not ready.
Actually, I'm not ready for it.
Not
Like,
ready at all for
wait, it's not gonna
Yeah.
quite happen. This
Yeah.
and that.
No, I'm still in denial. that it's gonna happen.
Exactly.
Like, I don't, like, it's just,
You're living in denial.
I'm living in denial.
You're living in denial. Yeah, stealing
No, I'm
$2
definitely,
million from mafiosi killer. That's living in denial.
that's living in denial. I'm aware of that.
You're aware of all your decisions. Yeah, you continue to do
Do
it.
it anyway.
Yeah. Still in denial. That's a reference to Midnight Run.
The greatest movie no one has ever seen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the most underrated movie in the history of the world.
Dude, anyone I tell about that movie and they watch it, they're just like, dude, why have I never seen this before? And I'm like, no,
Exactly.
I don't know why anyone's never seen this movie.
Exactly.
It's the best movie no one's ever seen.
No, seriously.
Uh,
Seriously, the best movie no one's ever seen. Yeah. Yes. Oh man. Midnight Run. Record that in your
Yeah.
memory.
yeah, go watch it. It's great. It's absolutely great. We could do a podcast, but it could be just this. It's like
Dude, you could.
you and I just like somewhere in the woods,
Yeah.
rain falling in the background. It'd be the Lean-To podcast.
And lead to podcast. It could be,
What do
yeah.
we do? This is just two idiots on their motorcycles just going from lean-to to lean-to
Yeah.
across the Atlantic northeast.
Basically. Rainy, Atlantic
It's
Northeast.
rainy, and they just stop and they make Negronis and start talking about stuff.
Dude. That's
You know what
like-
though? All the podcasts that are successful, they're like that.
No, I know.
They're just guys talking.
Yeah. Have you heard of John Senior?
John Cena?
Senior.
Senior, no.
John Senior and whoever his like work buddy was, you know, in college.
Mm-hmm.
They were at this university down, and they had these. This was the beginning of. I mean, this was the early like preschool podcast. No one even knew what podcasts were at the time yet.
Okay.
This was like I don't know, early 2000s, maybe the 90s.
Oh yeah, that would have been, yeah.
I mean, there's no podcasts,
Yeah.
but these guys were essentially doing what a podcast is now.
Huh.
They would do it at this university. They would have this sit down with a bottle of wine
Uh-huh.
and like the audience, and they would just talk about like stuff, real
Dude,
stuff.
That's Joe Rogan.
No, exactly.
No, because they're just
That is Joe Rogan.
they're either
Let's-
they're
let's
drinking
talk-
whiskey or smoking weed or something, you know, like
Well, let's investigate.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. I
Uh-huh.
mean, and these guys were educated. They were-
yeah.
So it was not planned. It's not planned. It's not focused. So again,
Yeah.
you leave the possibility for something else finding you,
Yes.
as opposed to you like this is my
It's all
program.
outlined, yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
how I'm gonna like
No, no,
present
I hate
my
that
position.
Dude, I hate that.
Your position?
Yeah.
What the?
Who the fuck are you?
What's
you know?
your position?
And that's pride.
That's
like
pride,
having a
yeah.
position.
Like
even is
I'm like
pride.
freaking this guy
No, I'm
who
gonna-
asserts this thing.
Yeah, I'm going to assert my position.
I'm gonna assert.
That's
See,
pride.
they came so let's come humbly and like ask questions
Yes.
about this thing that we're interested in.
Right.
So basically it found them, like the it is there, the
Right.
truth is there. The truth always wants to find you. The question is like, are
Right.
you willing to like open yourself up to it, you know?
Yeah.
It's out there to find you.
Yeah.
So they were sitting just like this. I honestly, I never seen this thing because it was recorded, not like filmed.
Yeah.
But from their conversations, they were sitting kind of like this, in about like what is this like angle? About like 62-degree angle.
I feel this is exactly 62 degrees.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
you know, to be honest, with a
Okay.
little small table
Uh-huh.
with a bottle of wine and
Oh.
2 glasses. And we had like
That's
we
what
had
we're-
some other things.
That's
yeah.
what we're doing.
Basically,
Yeah.
university, dude, they filled up the auditorium.
Wow.
They were filling it up because they were talking about real stuff. They just like opened themselves up and
Yeah.
like stuff happened.
Yeah.
John Senior. If you ever like come across like you'll enjoy it. Like they had no program. They were just talking about it.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
all those people got like inspired
Yeah.
by the truth that finds you.
Yes.
Not by what they were talking, but
Yeah.
they saw they were like led by, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that was the first podcast that no one calls a podcast because it was pre-podcast.
Were those the guys that were talking, like they were kind of Christian? Like there was some, it was out here somewhere. There was like these two guys that they had like a humanities department or something like that. And they started to talk about these real serious questions.
I think this may be the same people.
That's what I'm wondering, yeah.
Yeah.
But then like they kind of became Catholic. And
No, no, I think these guys were already Catholic.
They're already Catholic, yeah. But then like all their students started to convert.
Yeah, yeah. Just
And then, like,
left and right.
And then the university got kind of like, oh shit, we can't.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, they can't have it. And they kind of like got let go from the university or something.
Something like that. This was somewhere in Kansas or someplace like that.
Yep, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
These are the people.
Those are those guys, yep.
But all those students, they formed this like freaking Benedictine monastery or
Yep,
something.
yep, it's in Kansas, yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I've been there.
This is the guys.
Yeah,
You been there?
yeah. It's called Benedictine Monastery, yeah.
Benedictine, yeah.
College, Benedictine College.
Benedictine College.
Yeah,
John Senior.
yeah.
John Senior is the guy. But
No,
see,
and that's just the result of doing an open forum, just
open forum.
discussion.
Yeah, just like, and it was just him and his buddy
Yeah,
talking, and
See-
inviting other people to listen in.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
No, people are trying to censor things and censor things right now, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
No, it's got to be pure. And it's biblical. It's like clean and unclean.
Yeah,
It's
clean
got
and
to
clean.
be clean. It's got to be clean. It's got to be
It's gonna be
clean.
clean. Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, as biblical people, like we know, like
Yeah.
that's not right.
It's not right.
No,
Yeah,
you have to allow the unclean and clean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know, and just kind of you work it out.
You work it out, you know.
Yeah.
Like
That's the message of Jesus.
You know, see what happens. You know?
Yeah. And so it's just interesting that like those guys, more communication is the answer. It's not less communication, you know?
Exactly.
So people are trying to like lessen the communication but make it more pure. Whatever that means to them.
You're restricting.
Yeah, you're restricting.
Things.
You're restricting.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
And that's not the way forward. It's not. Ideas don't flow out of that.
No.
It's not creative.
Oh, I mean, you know, you gotta open yourself up to.
Yeah. So you gotta put up with some. If you're liberal, you gotta put up with some conservative stuff. If you're conservative, you gotta put up with some liberal stuff. You know.
No,
It's just
you put up with it. You evaluate it.
evaluate.
Like
Yeah.
talk about it.
You talk.
You
Exactly.
know, talk about it, but
Yeah.
you know, and test it. Test it against like the truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the truth is not something that you like state it is. The truth is out there. The truth is a judge.
Yeah.
The truth is there. You don't have it, I don't have it.
Yeah.
The truth is like its own judge.
Mm-hmm.
So you say liberal, conservative, yeah. Put it on the table. Like this little
right,
table.
Right. Yeah.
Put it on the table
Yeah.
and let the truth shine on it
Yeah.
and see
what it
what's
does.
wrong
Yeah.
and see what's not wrong with it.
Yep.
That's the key.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the real conversation then.
Yep.
That's not a real podcast then. Like
No.
okay,
No. Yeah. Exactly.
that's what
Exactly.
truth
Yeah.
says about this, you know.
Exactly.
But see, you can distance yourself from it. You don't have to take any position. You're just like, well, so and so said this, you know. Let's put it here and just freaking analyze it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Let the truth shine on it, you know. It's probably a whole bunch of BS. Most of the time it is.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
You know what I mean? To be honest.
If it's prideful.
Yeah. Whoever said something like this, like, well, let's put it here. It's like, oh yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever. But
Or maybe we should be more peaceful or something.
in the words of Dominic Corley,
Seriously, Dominic.
here's the Dominic Corley.
Yeah. No, I'm glad I met that guy.
Yeah, is you more peaceful.
We should be more peaceful or something. That guy's a character. No, characters are good.
Dude. What constitutes a character?
I think a character is somebody that's definitely against the grain, you know? Well, they're kind of like, they could be joyful about it, they could be bitter about it, they're still a character. But they're kind of true to themselves
Just-
as they know themselves.
You see, that's what I mean. True to themselves.
Yeah, but as
and very comfortable in their own skin,
Mhm.
in a sense.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah, they're comfortable in their own skin, but
It's
it's
a
kind of,
character like
they would rather be comfortable in their own skin than compromise that to be part of the whole, you know?
Oh, excellent definition of a
You know?
character. Yes,
Like they would,
they'd rather be comfortable in their own skin.
but they still recognize. But a good character recognizes. Like I think Dominic's a good example of like that there is a whole.
Yeah,
There is like we all kind of work it out together, but you know, I'm still gonna do my thing.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
But
you're right,
but I'm
you're
gonna
right.
encourage everybody else to be peaceful.
Yeah, exactly. You're peaceful. You
know,
should be more peaceful.
Maybe you should be more
But
peaceful.
I'm not gonna force you.
I'm not gonna force you though.
Yeah, it's like, well, okay.
No, he's the perfect character because he's
Yeah.
not gonna force anything on anybody. But he's gonna encourage it.
Yeah.
Well, in a way, because of that, he is encouraging it. Because when you meet him, you're like, yeah, you're right. Fuck, I should be more peaceful. Like, you know, like that's what that guy does.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
He kind of like pulls you. Okay, a character maybe could be this somebody who maybe the best, highest aspect of the character is somebody that when you meet them, they kind of pull you outside of yourself a little bit
Yeah.
because of who they are.
Oh.
But they don't quite know that they're doing that. They're just sort of them.
That's
And
the
they're
key,
this,
they don't
and
know.
there's this character.
Yeah, yeah.
But
That's why
you-
they're a character. They
Yeah,
don't,
that's why
they
they're
don't know.
characters.
They're not
They-
doing it
They,
purposefully.
they don't know. Yeah.
They're just kind of like.
Yeah. I think, and there's something about that too. I mean, reading like Marcus Aurelius this week, you know, he talks about that. Like, oftentimes, maybe Kirsten talked about that too. But just like, oftentimes you don't know that you're affecting anybody else for the positive. You know, and like it's kind of the best thing. You know. Like,
Yeah,
if you can like
yeah.
strive to be good, and then there's a great debate that can be about like, well, what is to be good?
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's goodwill, you know, to be of goodwill. Well, what does that mean? To like will the good of the other for the sake of the other. That's of goodwill. You
Yeah.
know?
I mean,
Yeah,
it's a good definition.
that's a good definition, right? But I think, but in today's day and age, like very few people would think of that. You know, to will the good of the other for the sake of the other. You know,
Yeah.
because it's self-sacrificing.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
There's a wait.
yeah, like, oh, you want them to be better just to be better, but you don't want yourself to be better too.
Right.
And it's like, well, no, you end up being better yourself along the way because of that. You know, that's the kind of that's the spiritual physics. You know, that you can't escape. But yeah, anyway, I lost my train of thought. Can't imagine why.
But come back to it.
Yeah, going back to it.
You know, well, this is just kind of good, you know.
Dude, this is great.
No, but seriously, you know. Like, I like the sound of rain.
It's so peaceful.
I just don't like it when I'm like in it, you know.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
You know?
Agreed.
This is perfect. This is so perfect.
This is so perfect, dude. No, this is amazing.
Dude.
Oh, the temperature drop. It's not as muggy as it was.
No, man.
This is amazing. No, this lean-to. The mosquitoes aren't that bad.
No, they're not even like around anymore.
Like honestly, wouldn't even need a tank, but I'm glad I have it.
Yeah.
It's definitely the way to go. This lean-to is big. I was picturing smaller.
Right. I thought like
This
something
thing's-
like you can like maybe put your
No, I was picturing.
stuff on
Yeah, I
underneath
pictured
kind
like
of thing.
maybe it would just go to here.
Yeah.
It's like you're in your sleeping bag, but the rain is still kind of hitting your face, maybe. You know, or something, you know. This is a front porch.
No, this is basically this is like huge, you know.
This is great. No, this is beyond great. This is amazing.
I know. See, if they only finish it here,
Oh, you'd be done for. Yeah.
you know, that's when rain would still be hitting your face.
Yeah.
But then they did this thing,
Yeah.
and that's like
No,
yeah,
that's-
that's like
All the
really-
difference.
seriously.
So we can just do that.
Here it is. We're gonna be dry.
Also garbage. There was the fire pit. I'm gonna drink this kombucha in the morning.
Well, the mugginess is going away, that's for sure. One look here. Huh?
Yeah, maybe I'll just have old Dutch beer or something, you know?
What? Whatever. Here it is, dude, too.
Yeah.
Like that.
Cheers.
Cheers. You may fuck you. Don't want to get all fucked up now.
Oh, that's it. No whistle.
I'm pretty lit up, I'll be honest.
Yeah, no, me too.
I hope I have a peaceful night, you know?
Over there. Cheers, cheers. Boots are being removed. Dude, this thing is amazing.
Almost makes me want to like build one of these things.
Seriously.
Just like to have it, you know?
No, this is absolutely amazing.
So okay, so this is good now. Absolutely, huh?
Oh, yeah. Just leave this here. Oh, dude, right there you go. See?
There it is.
Right here. Close that up.
Sure.
Right there for now.
Oh yes, very good. Is this camera still recording the whole thing?
Yeah. Wait, yeah, it is
It
recording.
was recording?
This is like re-recording.
Re-recording?
Hi.
I thought it died at some point.
It did. I put a new battery in it, but now it's recording. But